Good morning, everyone. I call this August meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Institutions of Higher Learning of the State of Mississippi to order. Thank you all for attending today. Trustee Martin, would you provide the invocation or introduce your guests, please?
I am so pleased to introduce a good friend and a great person from our community. She is our priest at the Church of the Mediator, and I'd like for everyone to welcome Mother Perkins to do our invocation. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to be with you here today. Let's bow our heads and call to mind the presence of God and ask His guidance for this meeting. Heavenly Father, we gather today with grateful hearts, thankful for the gift of education and the opportunity to serve our students, our colleagues, and the state of Mississippi. We ask your wisdom to guide the board's discussions and decisions, that each may reflect integrity, commitment, and compassion to the truth. Bless our educators who dedicate their lives to teaching, students in this academic year who strive to learn and grow, and to staff and leaders who support the mission of higher education. Grant everyone here unity in purpose, strength to carry out the responsibilities faithfully. May this meeting be fruitful, and may each of us and our efforts here contribute to the flourishing of students entrusted to our universities. Guard us, guide us, and direct us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Have a great meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mother Perkins. We appreciate your prayer and we appreciate your continued prayers. Keep praying for us. Thank you. At this time, if y'all would indulge me in a point of privilege, I'm going to ask our Associate Commissioner for Legal Affairs and Risk Management, Mr. Harold Pizzetta, and his wife, Candace, and daughter, Megan, to come join me at the podium for just a moment. This is a surprise to him. It's good to surprise a lawyer every now and then. Thank you. Y'all just come right up here. Thank you very much. Through its Fellows Program, the Mississippi Bar Foundation recognizes outstanding members of the Mississippi Bar. The Fellows designation is an accolade that only the highest honor in our profession and very few receive. Only 10% of the bar is eligible, and much less than that percentage is admitted as a fellow with the Mississippi Bar Foundation. Selection is recognition by peers, and it shows that the attorneys reach the highest level of professionalism, skill, competence, and leadership. It also shows that they have achieved excellence in public service. Harold received his BA from American University in 1993 and his JD from Georgetown in 1996. He spent the majority of his distinguished career in public service with the Office of the Attorney General of the State of Mississippi, the University of Mississippi Medical Center, and we stole him away to join us at the Institutions of Higher Learning here in the state of Mississippi. Earlier this year, Harold received this designation, but because we keep Harold busier than most of you can imagine, he was unable to attend the award ceremony, which was at the Bar Convention this year. And the Mississippi Bar Foundation president, Tamara Cassio of Cassio Sanford Government Law Group, gave me the distinct honor of presenting the plaque to Harold. I'm going to do that at this time and read it to you. It says, Harold He Pizzetta III has been recognized by colleagues for outstanding legal ability and devotion to the public and profession, and is enrolled as a fellow in the Mississippi Bar Foundation, July 9th, 1925. Let's try that again, 2025. I'm also going to present his wife, because I know she'll keep it and Harold would lose it, some of the programs that were utilized at the Bar Foundation meeting this summer. Thank you and congratulations. Picture here. Okay. This will be good, right?
He's a nice man.
We have several introductions today, so let me first allow our Student Government Association officers who are here. There may be a microphone there. Thank you, Dr. Paul, for passing that to them. So welcome to all of you. If you would use the mic and tell us your name and your title and the university that you are attending.
Hi, my name is Anna Ivy. I am the ASB president for UMMC, and I'm a fourth-year dental student.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Leah Johnson, and I am the Student Government Association President at the University of Southern Mississippi.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jack Jones, and I'm Student Body President at the University of Mississippi.
Good morning. I am Jory Thornton. I am the Student Government Association President at Mississippi Valley State University.
Good morning, everyone. I am the Student Government Association President at Jackson State University. My name is Reagan Johnson, a Senior Computer Engineering Scholar.
Thank you all very much for attending and joining with us today. I also want to welcome members of the public who are here today. We have a full meeting and full audience, and we appreciate your attendance. We have a special attendance, a group here from Jackson State University who are alumni and supporters and who've contacted the IHL board regarding Jackson State University and its potential presidential search. We welcome you all. Later in this meeting, we're going to address the process for selecting a president for Jackson State University. So at this time, we will consider the consent agendas are the minutes. We have minutes that have already been presented to all of you from June and July. Yes, that's right. And I'd ask if there's a motion to approve the minutes. Is there a second? Okay, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Trustee Stevenson,
Aye.
Trustee Halliburg. Trustee Halliburg was not certain he would be able to attend, so I may call his name periodically, and if he's able to join us, he will. The motion passes. At this point, I'm going to call on our president of Jackson State University, Dr. Denise Gregory, to come and make a presentation concerning Jackson State. For those of you who don't regularly attend our meetings, let me inform you that this is something that we've been doing this year, to focus on a university at each of our meetings and have them present a little more in depth, a little about their university. And so we look forward to hearing from Dr. Gregory today. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Denise Gregory, interim president at the Jackson State University. It is my pleasure to share with you some of the great things happening at my dear old college home. I'm having a little issues with the mouse this morning. There we go. At JSU, our mission is to provide quality teaching, research, and service to students and communities to ensure that they are global leaders who think critically and can address societal problems and compete effectively. Mississippi's only urban research university, Jackson State, is classified as an R2 institution, ranks among top historically Black colleges, and competes with universities nationwide. Recently, Forbes ranked JSU 6th in best HBCUs with online degrees of 2025. Our research and innovation, academic excellence, and athletic prowess, along with student life and culture, continue to challenge minds and change lives. As the new academic year unfolds, we are excited to welcome thousands of students into the JSU family. We remain committed to providing an inclusive and supportive environment where every student can thrive. With over 6,000 students, Jackson State serves as the fourth largest public institution in the state of Mississippi by enrollment. Our students continue to excel in endeavors. Maya Grimes, a senior business administration major, recently published a book titled Triple Threat. Her community work this summer in partnership with Macy's earned recognition from the city of St. Louis, where she received a proclamation. Joshua Osula, a junior computer engineering major, is an accomplished violinist and awarded the James Miles Musical Innovation Grant Award and won the statewide Musical Teachers National Association competition. This summer, JSU hosted its first opera boot camp with international artists led by the Opera South Company and the HBCU Opera Collective. Our student leaders were also named the most impressive delegation at NASAP Student Leadership Conference, showcasing JSU's blend of excellence and innovation. Our Vice President for Student Affairs, Dr. Jonas Vanderbilt, was named President-elect for the National Association for Student Affairs Professionals. His term will begin in 2027. Mental Health Awareness Week focused on promoting student wellness, encouraging helping-seeking behaviors, and raising awareness about suicide prevention. We also introduced a lactation pod to support students, staff, faculty, parents with a safe, private space for nursing. JSU's annual homecoming draws over 50,000 fans to Mississippi. Veterans Memorial Stadium, with thousands more tailgating and celebrating across campus. Homecoming features more than 20 events over 7 days, drawing students, alumni, and fans from across the country. In 2024, it was named Visit Jackson's best community event, and it brought more than 60,000 visitors to West Jackson. The local economic impact is estimated to be $6 to $7 million in just 1 week. Jackson State has 5 academic colleges. We are excited to welcome home JSU alum Dr. Nicholas J. Hill as the Dean of College of Business. His fellow deans lead the remaining colleges: the College of Education and Human Development, the College of Liberal Arts, the College of Health Sciences, and the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. Jackson State is accredited by SAC COC and is one of the few historically Black colleges and universities to be accredited by the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business. This year, we celebrated the first graduating class of 2 recently established programs, the Bachelor of Science in Public Health and the Bachelor of Science in Supply Chain Management. JSU's national visibility continues to grow as the Sonic Boom of the South, the best band in the land, has made many headlines following historic performances. Most recently, our students performed at Coachella 2025 alongside Grammy-nominated artist Travis Scott, and during the beloved American tradition, the 132nd Annual Rose Parade on New Year's Day in Pasadena, California. Student and faculty research at Jackson State is reaching far beyond campus and into the world around us. In partnership with Guardians of Honor and NASA, Dr. Pamela Hurd secured a nearly $10 million subcontract to lead STEM education initiatives. Dr. Ali teams earned a patent for an innovative underwater retrieval device that advances scientific data collection, demonstrating the role GSU research plays in solving real-world problems. At our graduates, researchers are conducting applied studies such as assessing the impact of heat waves on vulnerable Mississippi communities. A $1.3 million state grant is enabling us to expand AI education, workforce development, and entrepreneurship, directly aligning with Mississippi's economic goals. We've also received a $2 million grant from the Entergy Charitable Foundation to help establish the Critical Power Grid Network Security Lab. This partnership between Jackson State and Entergy will create an innovation hub to train a skilled cybersecurity workforce. When we collaborate with our partners, we create opportunities that expand access to innovation and inspire the next generation of scholars. This summer, we hosted the 2025 Carbon STEM Summer Camp with Rice University and ExxonMobil, giving Mississippi high school students a hands-on look at climate solutions and STEM careers. Jackson State is where champions are made. We are home to 18 varsity programs and a legacy of athletic and academic excellence. Our golf program has made its return under the leadership of alum and head coach Robert Ford Jr., while our women's tennis and softball teams continue to lead the SWAC. And our football team, both HBCU national champions and Celebration Bowl winners, embody JSU pride and dominance. Our student athletes are excelling both on the field and in the classroom, finishing the academic year ranked #1 in the SWAC among all HBCUs nationwide for our graduation success rate. Jackson State student athletes stand at the forefront of excellence, earning 80 conference honors, 17 All-American honors, and securing the C.D. Henry Award for the second time in 3 years as the top overall men's athletic program in the SWAC. Our storied legacy includes in producing Pro Football Hall of Famers Jackie Slater, Robert Brazile, Lynn Barney, and Walter Payton, cementing our place as a powerhouse in collegiate sports history. At the helm of this success is JSU Athletics, our leaders like Vice President for Athletics, Ashley Robinson, and head football coach T.C. Taylor, both earning major titles, historic wins, and top honors across collegiate sports. JSU golf alum Tim O'Neill continues to advance his professional career on the PGA Tour, further elevating the visibility of athletics programs and inspiring the next generation of Tiger athletics. JSU continues to move forward with key infrastructure and campus improvement projects. We've replaced the Charles F. Moore Building with a vibrant new plaza designed to host outdoor events, and foster academic and social engagement. In addition, we've completed HVAC and mechanical system repairs at Transition Hall and one university place to expand and improve campus housing. We are excited to share rendering our future dining hall, a highly anticipated project that reflects the progress and growth happening on our campus. We've also identified 5 priorities for continued campus improvement, reinforcing our community commitment to stronger, more resilient future. Our commitment to expanding student housing remains strong, and we are grateful for the support of our legislators and the IHL Board in making these efforts possible. More than 800 students turned their tassels after a 2-day spring commencement celebration. Among those graduating were twin brothers, Christian and Christopher Mannery, who came to JSU to honor their older brother who passed away before finishing his degree. This story is a powerful reminder of how perseverance, support, and opportunity can shape lasting legacies. In fiscal year 25, JSU awarded more than 700 scholarships, totaling over $1 million, including $212,000 in gap fund support, directly helping students complete their degrees. Total charitable contributions and grants exceeded $8 million, and the JSU Development Foundation increased donor participation by 8.5%. These results reflect growing confidence in our mission and the return on the investment for our alumni and supporters. JSU graduates continue to make their mark across industries and communities worldwide, including some incredibly notable alumni like Dr. Rod Page, former United States Secretary of Education, former interim United States Senator LaFonza Butler of California, Mr. Tremel Tillman, Emmy-nominated actor, best known for his role in Severance, Mission Impossible, and Godfather of Harlem, and community activist and policy strategy, Mrs. Amber Thomas, a senior vice president within the NAACP. Founded in 1927, our National Alumni Association boasts over 6,000 active members who lend their time, talent, and treasure to our dear old college home. They also have distributed more than $50,000 in scholarships to 48 students and supported JSU athletics and our world-renowned Sonic Boom of the South Marching Band, marking its strongest year of support to date. Located in the heart of West Jackson, a community steeped in civil rights history, Jackson State remains deeply engaged with its neighbors. This spring, we partnered with the Pecan Tree Park Neighborhood Association to provide 100 Jackson residents with free Ring doorbell cameras. This was made possible by a $50,000 Home Depot Retool Your School Community Project grant. From supporting nearby senior residents to honoring the legacy of Philip Gibbs and James Earl Green and welcoming tourists to the historic Kofo Center, our commitment runs deep. Lynch Street, once the epicenter of student activism, now stands as both an educational landmark and a growing hub for cultural tourism. At Jackson State University, we are honoring a powerful legacy while boldly shaping the future. Our students thrive in the vibrant community that supports academic excellence, groundbreaking research, and a rich campus life. At Jackson State, we continue to lead with resilience, vision, and meaningful change. We are proud of how far we've come and even more excited about where we're headed while challenging minds and changing lives. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Gregory. We appreciate the presentation. At this time, we're going to look at the consent agendas. Are there any items that need to be moved from the consent agenda to a regular agenda? If not, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? Is there a second? It's been a motion and second to approve the consent agenda. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Trustee Stevenson?
Aye.
Trustee Heidelberg? Motion passes. this point, Trustee Stevenson, if you'd please present the finance and budget regular agenda.
Thank you, President Ogletree. We have 11 items on the regular agenda today. There are contractual agreements from Delta State University, Jackson State University, the University of Mississippi, the University of Mississippi Medical Center, and the University of Southern Mississippi. I call on Dr. Pierce to discuss the specifics of these items.
And before we begin those specifics, let the record reflect that I'm recusing myself from items 1 through 6 on the finance and budget regular agenda. In my absence, Trustee Cunningham will preside. Don't hit anybody. Thank you.
Sir. Okay, Dr. Pierce, please proceed.
I recommend that we take up items 1 through 4 together unless a trustee has an objection.
No noted objections. We'll proceed.
Thank you. Item number 1 is a request from Delta State University to enter into a facility use agreement with the Cleveland School District to provide space for Hayes Cooper Elementary School for daily instructional purposes for a term of 5 years ending in 2030. Delta State will receive $50,000 annually under the agreement. The agreement may be terminated with 120 days notice. Item number 2 is a request from Delta State University to enter into a subscription agreement with Instructure Incorporated to provide access to a learning management system. The term of the agreement is for 2 years, ending in 2027 at a cost of $239,000. Instructure was selected through a competitive process in accordance with the Mississippi Department of Information Technology Services regulations. The university may terminate the agreement with mutual consent. Item number 3 is a request from the University of Mississippi Medical Center to amend a service agreement with Aramark Healthcare Support Services to allow Aramark to use UMMC facilities to prepare and provide food for the Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services. The term of the agreement remains 5 years, ending in 2030, and the cost of the agreement remains unchanged at $75,325,000. UMMC may terminate the agreement with 180 days notice. Item 4 is a request from the University of Mississippi Medical Center to enter into a reagent rental agreement with Cepheid to rent 14 GenExpert analyzers to test for various conditions such as SARS, influenza, RSV, and other infectious diseases. The term of the agreement is for 5 years at a cost of $24.3 million. The reagent kits purchased under this agreement qualify as exempt commodities under Mississippi Code. UMMC may terminate this agreement with 60 days notice. Legal staff has reviewed these agreements for compliance with applicable law and finds them to be acceptable, and board staff recommends these items for the board's approval.
You have heard the recommendation from board staff. I make a motion to approve items 1 through 4.
Is there a second? Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, nay. Trustee Stevenson.
Aye.
Trustee Heidelberg. The motion passes. Let the record now reflect that Trustee Clark will recuse himself from items 5 and 6 on the finance and budget regular agenda. Trustee Ogletree will remain out of the room for these items as well. Trustee Clark, if you would please leave, and someone will let you know when to return. All right, you're good to go, Trustee Stevenson.
I recommend that we take up items 5 and 6 together unless the trustee has an objection.
No objections. We'll proceed.
Thank you. Item number 5 is a request from Jackson State University to enter into a lease agreement with Ridgewood Hotel Partners, LLC, doing business as Embassy Suites Jackson North Ridgewood, for the lease of hotel rooms to house students enrolled in the Executive PhD program for the 2025-2026 academic term. The estimated cost of the agreement is $393,000 for 2,400 total room nights at a cost of $164 per room per night. Jackson State obtained quotes from 3 hotels in the Jackson area and determined that Embassy Suites offered the best rates and accommodations. The agreement may be terminated for convenience. Item 6 is a request from the University of Mississippi to enter into a service agreement with Cintas Corporation No. 2 LLC to lease and maintain automated external defibrillators on the Oxford campus. The term is for 5 years, ending in 2030. The agreement is a contract negotiated on behalf of State of Mississippi entities by the Mississippi Department of Finance and Administration. The cost of the agreement is $1.4 million. The agreement can be terminated subject to cancellation fees. Legal staff has reviewed these agreements for compliance with applicable law and finds them to be acceptable, and board staff recommends these items for the board's approval.
You have heard the recommendation from board staff. I make a motion to approve items 5 through 6.
Is there a second? Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed, nay. Trustee Stevenson,
Aye.
trustee Heidelberg. The motion passes. Bridget, if you would, please ask President Ogletree to return to the room.
Thank you, Dr. Cunningham. Trustee Stevenson, if you would ask Dr. Pierce to proceed, and Trustee Clark will remain out of the room.
I recommend that we take up items 7 through 10 unless a trustee has an objection.
Thank you. Item number 7 is a request from Delta State University to enter into a purchase agreement with Booster Digital Displays to purchase an LED scoreboard for the Travis E. Parker football field. Booster will demolish the existing scoreboard and install the new scoreboard. The term of installation will be for up to 8 weeks and includes a 5-year parts warranty. The total cost of the agreement is $457,000. The vendor was selected through a request for proposals with a response from 8 vendors. Booster was not the lowest bid, however, it was determined to be the best value based on the technical specifications, delivery, and installation criteria. Item number 8 is a request from the University of Mississippi Medical Center to amend a products purchase agreement with Abbott Laboratories. The purpose of the amendment is to add the tri-clip tricuspid valve repair clip to the product schedule and to amend the rebate terms. The term of the agreement remains unchanged with an expiration in 2028. The cost of the agreement also remains unchanged at $10.1 million. Item number 9 is a request from the University of Mississippi Medical Center to enter into a 1-year lease agreement with Journal Incorporated to lease just under 6,000 square feet of clinical space in Tupelo, Mississippi to operate a pediatric subspecialty clinic. The term of the agreement is for 1 year at a cost of $106,000 and will be funded by patient revenue. Item 10 is a request from the University of Mississippi Medical Center to enter into a product purchase agreement with Progenics Pharmaceuticals to purchase radiopharmaceutical agents for use in positron emission tomography imaging in the diagnosis of lesions related to prostate cancer. The term of the agreement is for 3 years, ending in 2028 at a cost of $5.1 million. These radiopharmaceutical products qualify as exempt clinical commodities under Mississippi Code. UMMC may terminate the agreement with 90 days' notice. Legal staff has reviewed these agreements for compliance with the applicable law and finds them to be acceptable, and board staff recommends approval of items 7 through 10.
You have heard the recommendation from board staff. I make a motion to approve items 7 through 10.
We have a motion to approve items 7 through 10. Is there a second? It's been a second. Is there any discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Trustee Stevenson?
Aye.
Trustee Heidelberg? The motion passes. Bridget, if you would ask Trustee Clark to return to the room, please. Trustee Clark is back in the room, so Trustee Stevenson, you and Dr. Pierce may proceed.
Dr. Pierce, please continue.
Thank you. Item number 11 is a request from the University of Southern Mississippi to amend a bookstore management agreement with Barnes & Noble College Booksellers, LLC. The amendment will adjust the cost of the First Day Complete program from $20 to $21 per credit hour due to inflationary pressures. The term of the agreement remains unchanged and will expire in 2027. The university will receive a minor increase in commissions as a result of the price adjustment. The university may terminate the agreement with 120 days' notice. Legal staff has reviewed this agreement for compliance with applicable law and finds it to be acceptable, and board staff recommends approval of item number 11.
You have heard the recommendation from board staff. I move to approve item number 11.
There's been a motion to approve item number 11. Is there a second? Motion and a second to approve item 11. Is there any discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Trustee Stevenson?
Aye.
Trustee Heidelberg? The motion passes.
That concludes the finance agenda.
Thank you, Trustee Stevenson. We appreciate it. Trustee Rader, at this time, I'll call on you to present our real estate regular agenda.
Thank you. There are two items on the real estate agenda today. I'm going to ask Brad Rowland to present these items for the board's consideration.
Thank you, Trustee Rader. There are two items on the, is this on? There's two items on the regular agenda for real estate. The first item is from the University of Mississippi Medical Center. This is a request from UMC for approval to initiate the Cancer Center and Research Institute project. In addition, UMC requests approval to use the construction manager at risk project delivery method in accordance with Mississippi Code 31713.2. This project provides a interdisciplinary educational facility with world-class comprehensive cancer center and research institute. The building will have multiple floors with approximately 200,000 GSF as well as an adjacent parking garage. The project budget is currently set at $5 million for design fees only and is being funded through UMC funds and philanthropic gifts. The justification for using a CMAR over the traditional design bid build delivery method is that it satisfies the public need better than the traditional design bid build method due to a more effective project management, cost control, and schedule adherence. It enables early collaboration between the design professional and the construction contractor, ensuring the development of a coordinated, constructible, and cost-effective set of construction documents. It also helps mitigate risk associated with the complex healthcare construction, particularly those related to labor and material cost escalation, design phase omissions, and the volatility in the bid market. Board staff recommends approval of item number one.
You have heard the recommendations. I make a motion to approve item number one.
It's been a motion to approve item number one. Is there a second? It's been a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Trustee Stevenson?
Aye.
Trustee Heidelberg? The motion passes. Before continuing, let me go ahead and let the record reflect that Trustee Clark will recuse himself from item number 2 on the regular real estate agenda. So as Trustee Clark leaves the room, someone will let you know, Trustee Clark, when you're able to return. Brad, he's left the room, so you may proceed with item number 2.
All right, thank you. Item number 2 is a request from Mississippi State University for approval of the exterior design for the Equine Hospital entrance, the Farm Animal Hospital, and the Nancy Fair Link Lemonitis Research Center additions to the Wise Center. The Wise Center has been home to the College of Veterinary Medicine at MSU since 1981. Though improvements have been made over the years, the College of Veterinary Medicine must expand and renovate its clinical facilities to continue excellence in teaching, research, and clinical service. The proposed additions include the new Equine Hospital entrance, a Farm Animal Hospital, and the Nancy Fair Link Lemonitis Research Center. The project budget on this project is $33 million. It's being funded through a combination of state funds and private funds. The renderings, the following renderings are before you for consideration this morning. The Farm Animal Hospital is here. The Nancy Fair Link Lemonitis Center and the Equine Hospital is here. And finally, the Nancy Fair Link Lemonitis Center barn that is part of the project. Board staff has reviewed these renderings and recommends approval of item number 2.
You have heard the recommendation. I make a motion to approve item number 2.
There's been a motion to approve item number 2. Is there a second? There's been a motion and a second for the approval of item number 2. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Any opposed, nay. Trustee Stevenson?
Aye.
Trustee Heidelberg? The motion passes.
Mr. President, this concludes the real estate regular agenda.
Trustee Rader, thank you for that presentation. Because Trustee Heidelberg is unable to join us today, I'm going to present the regular legal agenda. And I'll let the record reflect that Trustee Clark is remaining out of the room, or we'll let you go back. We thought he should get in his steps today. I certainly get mine in. He doesn't have any steps over me. But neither of us can keep up with probably our spouse's steps. All right, Trustee Clark has left the room, so there's one item on the legal agenda, which consists of a request for approval of outside counsel, and it's an agreement between Mississippi State and Butler Snow. This item has been reviewed by the IHL staff and our legal counsel and is found to have been compliant with applicable law as well as our board policy. So our board staff has recommended approval of this item. Is there a motion to approve item number 1?
So moved.
Is there a second? Is there any discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Trustee Stevenson?
Aye.
Motion passes. Bridget, if you would ask Trustee Clark to return. This concludes the legal regular agenda. The next item on the agenda is our informational agenda from Dr. Rankins. So I'm going to call on Dr. Rankins at this time.
Are there any questions regarding items on the information agenda from the trustees? If not, at this time, President Ogletree, Dr. Casey Presswood will come forward and give a brief presentation on our system process for the annual review of existing academic programs and the process for approval of new academic programs. Dr. Presswood.
And for those of you who are new to our meetings here, we try to have someone at each meeting make a presentation that pertains to higher education or what we do at IHL. We appreciate Dr. Presswood. She's no stranger to that podium. She handles all of our academic affairs, and we appreciate her hard work and diligence and leadership.
So at most board meetings, I recommend new academic programs for your approval. Today, I'd like to take a few minutes to tell you what occurs before and after you approve a new academic program. There are 2 board policies related to the approval of academic programs. Policy 501 requires that all programs of study be submitted to the board and must be approved before a university can initiate the program on their campus. Board Policy 502 requires that guidelines and procedures be developed by the commissioner or board staff. Academic guidelines, forms, and deadlines for submission are available on the IHL website. These are reviewed annually, revised as needed, and provided to the chief academic officers each year. All universities follow these guidelines and deadlines, and they use the IHL developed forms to request new academic programs. This is information that must be provided for each program. Anticipated annual cost, 5-year implementation cost, and anticipated revenue. The universities are provided with formulas to calculate these costs. Projected number of enrollments and graduates for the first 5 years. Names of faculty responsible for developing curriculum, conducting ongoing program review, developing admission requirements and curriculum. If accreditation is required or will be sought for a program, the accreditor information is provided. Faculty names, ranks, disciplines, and current workloads. Also, if existing faculty will be utilized or if new faculty will be needed. Library holdings relevant to the degree and whether they are sufficient. Procedures that will be used to evaluate the program, its effectiveness, including admission, retention, outcomes, placement of graduates, and changes in the job market need and demand. The university also has to provide information about how they determine the initial demand for the program, whether they use market analysis, surveys of current students, alumni, business and industry, and they must provide evidence of labor market need, and this is typically done using the Bureau of Labor Statistics. They also list employment opportunities for graduates in the state, region, and nation. Appropriate signatures must be on the forms that come to me indicating that the proposal has been vetted through the formal councils and processes at the requesting institution. And so I wanted to share with you what that looks like. Although this information is required by the board when submitting a new program request, the universities have already gathered this information for their own approval processes, which must occur before the request is submitted to IHL. At the institutional level, the typical process for developing a degree program is that it starts in the academic department with the curriculum committee. Then the department approval is obtained. And if the department is in a college, college level approval is obtained. The request then goes to the academic council for approval or graduate council. After receiving all of these levels of approval, the provost approves and then the IEO approves. The provost office then submits the IHL developed form and necessary documentation to the IHL staff, and provost signature is required, as is the president or chancellor's signature. According to the academic guidelines, these requests must be submitted to IHL 2 months prior to when it will be placed on the board agenda. IHL staff, yours truly, reviews the approval. Then I place it on the chief academic officer agenda. And if any concerns are raised by other chief academic officers, the item will be placed on the IHL Board Academic Affairs Committee agenda to be reviewed 1 month before it will be placed on the IHL regular board agenda. If there are no concerns raised by the CAOs from other universities, the item will be placed on the regular board agenda 2 months from the date when it's received. When there are concerns at the Academic Affairs Committee, the item may not be placed on the regular board agenda until 3 months from the date it was received. This allows time for the universities to discuss concerns and work on possible solutions. Once a degree program is approved, it is added to the IHL active program inventory, which is also available on the IHL website, and it's maintained by the Office of Strategic Research. So what happens after a program is approved and initiated at a university? I conduct an academic program productivity review on an annual basis. In January, I receive a file from the Office of Strategic Research containing number of students enrolled in each academic program and a number of completers for each of the programs. A program is triggered by the insufficiency of graduation rates over a 3-year period. For baccalaureate level, less than 18 graduates is a trigger. For master's level, it's less than 12 graduates. For specialist and doctoral level, it's less than 5 graduates. New programs are given a grace period. Baccalaureate degrees are given 7 years to meet the graduation rate. Master's and specialist degrees are given 5 years, and doctoral degrees are given 6 years to meet the graduation rate. In March, I notify the chief academic officers of any programs that have been placed on academic productivity due to the not meeting the thresholds. Over the next several months, the universities conduct reviews of these programs and determine if changes can be made to make the program more effective. By September, they will submit proposals to me regarding each of the programs identified. Based on their proposals and my subsequent review, I provide recommendations to the board at the November meeting regarding each of the programs. The programs may be recommended to continue without stipulation and will be reviewed again in 1 year, to continue the program for a 2-year period with stipulations, including completing annual reports showing progress towards productive status, to suspend the program, or to delete the program. When a program is suspended, no new students could be admitted to the program, but current students can remain in that program. The university is often using this time to redesign the program. They have 3 years to submit notification that they've made changes and want to reinstate the program. And at the end of 3 years, if they haven't done that, the program is deleted and removed from the academic program inventory. So this is an overview of academic program activity for the past 10 years. 2025 is included on the chart, but because academic productivity review has not occurred yet, this line is incomplete. So a 10-year average comes to about 18 programs a year being added, 13 programs a year being modified, 12 programs a year being deleted, 6 programs a year being suspended, 53 programs a year being placed on academic productivity review, and 15 programs a year being placed on the continuous stipulations where they have to provide 2-year reports to IHL. You'll notice on the chart, there's NA for 2020. We did not conduct academic productivity reviews in 2020 due to COVID, so I took that time to work with the CAOs to reevaluate this process and see if we could streamline it any. So I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Are there any questions for Dr. Presswood? Although this is not as exciting as watching the Jackson State band or football team.
I started to say that at the beginning.
Let me tell you, this is the heart and soul of what we do at all of our institutions. And I think you can understand why we may not have a lot of comments in our meetings on things. It's because our staff has done a great job in working with our institutions and doing a lot of background work before something comes here and gets a unanimous vote. Any questions? Thank you, Dr. Presswood.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Dr. Rankins. I'm going to have one Jackson State University matter that I'll bring up in just a moment, but are there any additional other items that need to be considered? Okay, if not, I would like to announce that the Board of Trustees today is beginning the search for a new Jackson State University. As has been said on several occasions, the work of selecting a university president is not easy. Just as I ask our pastor to pray for us, I ask all y'all to do the same thing and to assist us with your thoughts as well as with your prayers and your suggestions throughout this process. A committee search involves us walking a very fine line, respecting the need for transparency and openness to the public, but also the need for confidentiality for those who would put their name up for potential selection and who would be recruited and potentially interviewed. As we begin this work with Jackson State University, we want to reiterate our dedication to transparency and to a collaborative process at Jackson State. Jackson State, like every other university, deserves our commitment and our best, and I will give you my personal commitment that I will undertake that, and having worked with these trustees, I know they will do the same. I want to again recognize those who are here today in support of Jackson State and thank them for their engagement and their interest in the process. The Board of Trustees has already been provided by some of them with a comment, a petition, and a survey that they have prepared related to the search. As we're about to begin this search, that information is helpful to us and we have received it. Material has been shared with all of the board members, and we will consider it as we move forward to craft public announcements and leadership profiles after hearing from all constituencies involved. Updates related to our search are available on our IHL website. That's www.mississippi.edu. And that page has been launched earlier this morning. The link to this page can be found at the top of our homepage. The page also has a link to a form which students, faculty, staff, alumni, and supporters of Jackson State can provide comments about the qualities they seek in a new president. As is customary in our presidential searches, the board is going to form a search committee, and it's going to be led by a chairperson. If desired by the board, I think it would be appropriate for all of our trustees to serve on this committee, and we would meet as a committee of the whole. I've asked Dr. Stephen Cunningham, who is a board certified diagnostic radiologist and a graduate of Jackson State University with a child who's attended Jackson State University and who knows many of its alumni and is very familiar with the university, to chair this committee. And I appreciate Dr. Cunningham having indicated to me that he's willing to take on this important role. So is there a motion at this time to establish a board search committee on which all trustees will serve, which will be chaired by Trustee Cunningham, for the purpose of managing the search for the next president of Jackson State University? There's been a motion. Is there a second? It's been a motion, second. Is there any discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay? Trustee Stevenson?
Aye.
The motion passes. The next meeting of our board will be at our IHL Board Retreat that begins on September 18th, 2025. And we look forward to that meeting and continuing at that point. Is there a motion to close the meeting to determine the need for an executive session? It's been a motion. Is there a second? Is there any discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye. Any opposed, nay? Trustee Stevenson?
Aye.
The motion passes. So anyone not needed for this executive session should leave the room or disconnect. Visitors are welcome to wait in the lobby. Trustees, if you'd give us a minute to make sure the appropriate participants are connected.